on, Mustang family, Mr. SVT family? I hope this video is finding you well and in good spirits, especially with the pandemic that's going on right now. I hope all of y'all are staying safe. Today I'm bringing you a video regarding the Mustang, of course. It's going to be 5 things I love and I hate about the 2016 Mustang. And believe me, I have a lot more to say about that thing, but I'm just going to limit it down to 5, especially since I haven't been posting and uploading consistent content. So I'm hoping this message finds you all well, and I hope you enjoy what I have to say about it. And I hope if you guys own a 2016 or any year Mustang, comment and let me know what you love and hate about it. Comment and let me know any similarities that we have. All right, without further ado, let's dive in. So the first thing I'll say about the Mustang is obviously the first thing is going to be when you get into the car is the interior. Compared to some other American muscle sports car, whatever you want to go by, this interior, I'd probably give it a 6 out of 10 compared to others. Like I've been in the same year Camaros and Challengers and Chargers, and although I personally think the interior is nicer in my car than I do like Challengers and Chargers, I think their infotainment center is way better. I think both Chevy and Dodge have Ford beat when it comes to infotainment center, because this is all I'm rocking right now. It's different in the, like, I think I want to say 2016 and up premiums. They have a bigger screen. I think it's touchscreen, but so far I think that you know, the competitors have them beat in that regard. But when it comes to seats and comfortability, I like the seats. They're not as aggressive as some, which I like those more aggressive seats, but they're still comfortable, and it still gives you that, you know, hug that a Recaro or, you know, a sports seat would give you. Now on to interior space. I think the overall space in the Mustang is about what you'd expect from a sports car. It's a little cramped. It's not really comfortable fitting 4 people in here. 2 is probably what you want to max it at. That's across the board, whether it be Ford, Chevy, or Dodge. You know, sports cars are going to have tighter space. They're not meant for hauling, you know, your whole crew of friends or anything. So I think the inside space overall together is one thing that I do enjoy about it. It gives you a connection between you and your passenger. You don't feel super tight, but you feel like you are in a sports car, which is something I enjoy about it. Now, speaking of infotainment centers, one car that I especially, you know, think has a better infotainment system is the Camaro, for sure, because one thing, this is just a personal thing of mine. One thing is they have a HUD, like a heads-up display that projects on the windshield screen, and their digital gauge cluster, I think, is, you know, way better than Ford's or in any Mustang that I've seen. Of course, you can get upgrades like that, but from the factory, I think that's something that, you know, a lot of manufacturers should offer, because it gives that added level of engagement and connection between you and the car. To give you more information, see more gauges, see more numbers, and see what your car is doing and make changes based off of those numbers. So I think that's one thing that I don't necessarily like about you know, Mustang. Now, when it comes to overall aesthetics and exterior look of the car, I completely love this car. This car is everything that I would want in a sports car. It has curvy lines, sharp edges, and it has an aggressive look despite my messed up bumper at the time. But to me, this is what a sports car, a well-rounded sports car, should look like. Now, getting back inside, I'll kind of walk you through the startup process. This is a process I enjoy. You have your red stop-start button, so if you're not foot on the brake, you can just start up the electronics. And from there, you can, you know, you have, oops, I need an oil change, and of course my hood's of the accident. But at this screen, this gives you your fuel economy. It lets you know, your trip mileage so far. It lets you know how much gas you have left, everything like that. Of course, you still have the analog gauges and stuff like that. But from there, you can go back to kind of the main menu, and that lets you see, you know, different things about your car. It gives you tire pressure, gives you the rest of the gauge readings and everything like that. And if you go over to this button, this is where you'll find your steering control. And what that does when you press it, it lets you switch from normal, sport, and comfort, which I really enjoy. There are some times that I want to feel like I'm, you know, like when we went up to Helen, I was in sport steering, and it feels great. It lets you take time. Well, I mean, I'd have to do more research, but it adjusts how the way the steering feels. It lets you take tighter turns and all that. So that was perfect for me. And there's sometimes when I just come out of the gym, my arms are tired, I put it on comfort, and it lets my, gives my arms a little bit of a break on the way home, and it feels great. And then normal, it's just, like an average car you get in, and it's just like a normal in between kind of, sport and comfort kind of gap. It bridged that gap. So that's one thing I enjoy about it. Now on the newer Mustangs, and I think it's the premium, you have those flip switches, and that lets you flip between, I think, even a wider range of those, and even exhaust notes, which is something I'm glad that they added in Mustangs, because I wish I had valves. When I started up at home, I don't want to wake everyone up, but with this year I'm limited to loud. That's what I'm limited to, but I love it. Something else I don't really enjoy about the Mustang is its exhaust note. From factory, this thing is quiet. You cannot hear, you can hear a little bit when it starts up. Of course you can hear when it's starting up, but compared to other sports cars from factory, this car is way too quiet. I'll put in previous footage I have from when my car was bone stock, exhaust setup and everything, and I'll give you a sound clip now. But from factory, this thing is way too quiet. It's a sports car, for God's sake. I mean, you want it to sound sporty. And when you start it up, when I started up now, people know what's going on. People know what I'm driving and everything. But from the factory, like I said, guys, it's way too quiet for my taste compared to other sports cars. Another thing I cannot stand about this car is when I'm going to work on the engine bay and I lift up the engine, it still has that stick prop. It doesn't have the hydraulic, hood props to where it stays up for you. You have to lift up that stick and put it in. So thankfully they changed that on the 2018s and up, so you can just lift it up and it'll stay up. But that is one thing that I was hoping to see gone on this car. But there's not too many times that I'm down there messing with the hood, especially since I have to kind of tie it closed right now. But when I do work on it, it's super convenient to have where you can just lift it up and it'll stay up. But for now it's staying closed because of the accident. But guys, that should be getting fixed soon, within the next, I want to say, month and a half or so. With Corona going on, I don't want to put my car in the shop. Another train. I don't want to put my car in the shop because I don't know what's on back order. I don't know what shops are open, and I don't know how long it's going to take, on top of, everything with Corona and everything with COVID-19. So I'm just going to kind of hold off till that dies down, and then I will even get this put in the shop, and then I have another surprise coming after that for you guys. So with that being said, let me know if there's something that I missed. Let me know if there's something else that you'd want to see, but that was just kind of a quick rundown of my car that I wanted to make for y'all, so you guys could see kind of what is going on, see how Christine's doing, how I'm doing, and everything. But let me know if I missed anything. Let me know what you would like to see, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys are staying safe throughout this whole pandemic. All right, y'all have a blessed day. Deuces.